out my business. Nani? Okay.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Heero. That's Eric. We believe that the Joe Rogan has made podcasting a thing, and we owe him that debt. We owe him that admiration. The mixed martial arts dudes, whatever. But if you can't tell, I have a certain disdain for him, and it's because with great power comes great responsibility. And he has a moral obligation to be at least aware of what he's saying when he says it and the implications of how it could affect his millions of viewers. So
no, hundreds of millions
of viewers. So I sort of feel like this is going to be sort of like the Jimmy thing, how when sometimes we talk about Jimmy Dore, we get a lot of Jimmy hats coming in. Hats. I think we're going to get a lot of Joe Rogan fans, and we're going to think of a nickname for all you people writing in the comment section below right now. But if you're here
Joe Blows.
Joe Blow. What's up, Joe Blow? If you're here to antagonize us because we're antagonizing your homeboy, hey, welcome. This is the Identity Booth. Like, share, subscribe. My name's Heero. That's Eric. Let's get into this first clip so we can get Eric the hell out of here. And this clip right here.
And people say, do you think it's safe to get vaccinated? I've said, yeah, I think for the most part it's safe to get vaccinated. I do. But if you're like 21 years old and you say to me, should I get vaccinated? I go, no. Yeah. Are you healthy? Are you a healthy person? Like, look, don't do anything stupid, but you should take care of yourself. You should, if you're a healthy person and you're exercising all the time and you're young and you're eating well, and like, I don't think you need to worry about this.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
But there's a lot of jobs that will tell you need to have this.
Well, that's what's starting to happen now.
People are worried about them doing it for their children. And we talked about this earlier. Yeah. There's that you might have to have your children vaccinated. And, you know, I can tell you as someone who's both my children got the virus, it was nothing. I mean, I hate to say that. If someone's children died from this, I'm very sorry that happened. I'm not in any way diminishing that, but I'm saying the personal experience that my children had with COVID was nothing. One of the kids had a headache. The other one didn't feel good for a couple of days. Yeah. Like maybe, I mean, not feel good. Like no big deal. No coughing. Right. No achy. No like in agony. There was none of that. It was very mild. It was akin to them getting a cold.
Yeah, and you can have this.
And I'm gonna stop right here. Well, first and foremost, Joe Rogan, go fuck yourself. If show me you have unequivocated health care benefits and privilege that allows you to take care of your children and keep them isolated and super protected type privilege. Show me you have that level of privilege without telling me you have that privilege.
I got a one up for you here, Heero.
Please.
Joe Rogan didn't start talking this crap till he left California and he got to Texas. Isn't that funny? He was making his whole podcast. He didn't start in Texas until, late last year. He didn't get here till late last year. He starts talking this stuff. You sound like a Texan, Joe. I'm proud of you, but this is the point where we defer here. I'm obviously doing this with a mask on. Heero, do I sound clear with a mask on?
Yes.
Am I breathing? I'm talking with a lot of volume and emotion, and I'm not struggling to breathe. To Joe Rogan's point, I'm healthy. But here's the issue. Just because your anecdotal experience has shaped your belief about the virus does not take away from what is an actuality. Over 500,000 people died. Some of these people were healthy. Most of the people were over 55 years old with a comorbidity. I get it. But here's an anecdotal. Me and Heero both have experienced people Joe Rogan's age and younger who've fallen ill with the virus and have been hospitalized, put on the ventilator, and died. Because they didn't want to wear a mask. They didn't want to get vaccinated. They didn't want to take any of the precautions necessary to not only protect
personal
themselves.
responsibility. as Eric loves to say, personal responsibility.
I do love personal responsibility and accountability. It's at the top of my list of things that all human beings should be exhibiting as a everyday behavior. But I digress. Because they did not want to take the necessary precautions to not only protect themselves, but also protect other people. This ultimately, for me, this is what it's about. I have said it 100 times. If I haven't said it 1,000, I hate this chin diaper, but I wear it because I've contracted the virus. And just because it's not affecting me doesn't mean it can't affect the next person. So that's what I think is missing here. And just because your kids and all that had an easy go at it, they should. They're kids. According to the science, the statistics, they should have an easy go of it. But it doesn't negate that there's other kids that died. That doesn't negate that there's elderly people. There are human beings that lost their life because of ideas like this. But what's not being reported in the news is that there's a lot of places, and I get the news pings to my phone, 200, 300, 400, 500 new cases in a town, in the city. That's what's not being talked about. It's been real quiet, and the only reason why it's quiet, mostly I believe, because of politics.
No,
they don't want the same. And the politics is they don't want people getting riled up. The vaccine is widely available. People can go take it, but they either won't or that. And I get it. Am I vaccinated? No. And I have a very, very serious reason why I am not. And it's a very personal reason why I'm not, that I'm probably not going to talk about right now. But am I willing to get the shot? Yes. I want to get the shot. I have a thing going on. And I'll be transparent with y'all. This is about the identity booth we identify. But here, and Heero knows, he knows personally to have a valid reason as to why. But the end of the day, you got to make sure you tell people to do what's best for everybody, not themselves. And I think that's where Joe got off.
The thing that, and you're absolutely right, 100%. There's another thing that you, and I know a lot of you, like you Joe Blows right now, are foaming at the mouth. You fuckers are talking about him. You don't even, just take a second here and just, I want to kind of talk to you the sort of way Joe Rogan talks to his people. Like, I want to come to you on that level, okay? Like, just hear me out real quick. What was the purpose of him saying this? Like, let's just really let it resonate with you. What was the purpose of him saying this? Was he saying this because, oh, young people don't take the vaccine because then all the old people can't take it? Was that the thing? No, that wasn't the thing. Oh, young people don't take it because, you know, we can help India, who's literally being lambasted by this thing. No, that wasn't it. He said, don't take it because you're already healthy and feel good. But prior to that statement, he literally said, do the right thing. Take care of yourself. He is literally contradicting himself within the same sentence. And if you're okay with that,
excellent point, bro.
If you are okay with that, then this conversation is over, because you are what we like to call, me and Eric, the nobodies. We can't help you. You don't want to identify with us, no. And that's fine. No. But if that point I just made to you resonated with you and made you say, welcome aboard, thanks for joining, we appreciate you here on the Identity Booth. But let's just take it a step further, right, Eric? Let's just say, what would happen if this rhetoric became militarized, like a bunch of people showing up to the Capitol January 6th? Well, look no further. We have Tucker Carlson, and just listen. And this is going somewhere, because I want you, and you're going to see an evolution here, because it's the question of maybe, right? Like, maybe don't do it. Maybe don't do it. Now you're going to see what happens when someone with an agenda takes that message and adds his own flair.
Went on for more than a year, and it's still going on. Not even Tony Fauci still pretends that masks are medically necessary. Instead, masks are purely a sign of political obedience, like Kim Il-sung pins in Pyongyang. We wear them because we have to. The only people who wear masks voluntarily outside are zealots and neurotics. How neurotic are they? Well, we know. A Pew survey from last March found that 64% of white Americans who classify themselves as liberal or very liberal have been diagnosed with an actual mental health condition. And you see them everywhere when you walk down the street in any major city. If you dare to go on foot from Union Station to the Capitol, for example, in Washington without wearing a mask, angry Biden voters will snort at you in judgment. How could you? They're saying from behind the gauze. How could you? That's the question we should be asking of them in return. The rest of us should be snorting at them first. They're the aggressors. It's our job to brush them back and restore the society we were born in. So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no...
And I'm going to stop right there. Tucker Carlson just told us the aggressor is the person who snorts at you for not putting on your mask during a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. He just told you to politely but firmly, to the same audience, we know for a fact that 98% of the people at the Capitol have some viewership that crosses over with Fox News. Out of the 400 wanted arrests in their interviews, their little statement is commentary that has come from this station. Eric, how dangerous is this?
I usually don't have a beef with Tucker Carlson, but he pissed me off with this because as conservative as I might be, I also, and maybe it's the bias that I have an obvious bias from my profession. I am an absolutely 100% healthcare worker of the highest order. I work in transplant medicine, so this Heero, we take this extremely personal. And unfortunately, the personal cannot be taken away from the professional. At this particular junction, they're one and the same. And what Tucker is saying is, we are zealots. And you know what I'll say? I'll accept that. But neurotics, this is, he only gave two plausible ends for the reasoning that a person might have for wanting to wear the mask. I wear the mask to protect myself. It's neither neurotic nor zealous in any way. Me wanting to wear the mask to protect other people because I have contracted the virus is neither neurotic or zealous. What is neurotic and zealous is his point of view. By classifying a group of people that oppose you in your ideology, neurotic and zealous, you are doing the exact same thing that you often wag your finger at the left about doing. You're not being open and accepting. You're being a hypocrite right now, and it's very obvious. And if he was to see this clip and respond to it, I would say, Tucker Carlson, you've got 7 or 8 years of me being able to string hypocrisy together to show this is unacceptable behavior from the quote-unquote champion of all things that are right and moral, because he's on the right of the aisle. This is stupidity on TV getting 3.5 to 4 million views a night, and I'm tired of it. Like, somebody's got to do something about these losers who make $20,000-$30,000 a show to get up and spew stupidity and rhetoric that goes in direct opposition of what's best for the majority of the citizenry. The way that we're going to get rid of this virus is to simply not be selfish.
Not be selfish.
That's
Eric,
it. That's all it requires.
It's so crazy to me because me and Eric can both recall stories of people on the ventilator screaming, fighting, biting, and pushing people with their last breath to stop them from giving them health care because they believe that they aren't dying from COVID as they die from COVID.
It's not real to this dude. It's not real to him.
Tucker Carlson has the vaccine on board. 100%. The places that he works out, eats, sleeps, enjoys free time is never going to be in the same world that the people who are listening to him ever. If me and Tucker Carlson ever cross paths, I might take the misdemeanor. But
and then he would call you racist.
yeah, and you know what? Me and Eric already discussed this, and you guys don't know this because you guys are part of the Joe Blow's crew. Black people, we can't be racist. Not possible. It's just not possible. We can be assholes, and me and Eric do not deny that. But we cannot be racist. But you're probably saying, okay, Heero, you're blowing this out of proportion. Eric, you chill out, and whatever. But this is what happens when we allow this rhetoric to grow. And this is the final stage. Miami Private School Center Academy won't employ vaccinated staff or teachers. This is rhetoric personified into our real world now.
This is discrimination for a belief or an ideology. This is exactly what it is. Flat out, let's just call a spade a spade. You're discriminating against somebody who's doing not only what's in the best interest of their person, but for other people.
This could definitely
I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I am not the cause for someone else getting sick. So I'm going to do what I feel is in the best interest of society and get the vaccine. People, I'm just going to say it. People are not growing third legs. They're not growing an extra eyeball. They don't have
superhuman strength.
They can't jump over a wall in a single bound. They can't fly through the sky.
I checked my sample. I checked my stool. I had my checkup. Everything's fine. I mean,
Heero's vaccinated. His stool is normal. His testosterone levels have not dipped off, and he is not sterile. Like that's just not like you have to. And it's these again, we're healthcare professionals. Heero 10 years, me 8 years. This is our career field, and we're black.
We know about that. We know what it's like to be experimented on. We literally have proof.
We know. Listen, we understand. We should be the most skeptical. And we're the least. So for all that's good and pure in the world, if you would just get off the boo-boo for a second, straight up. Like this Centner Academy won't hire people who've gotten themselves vaccinated. First of all, why are you asking? That's
HIPAA. Well, not HIPAA.
That's borderline. That is borderline. Yeah. You put it in on an application. If a person's not really familiar with the fact that they don't legally have to disclose that.
Yeah.
So if they don't mark the box, you'll discriminate them. If they do mark the box in a way you don't want, you'll discriminate against them. They could lie and mark the box the one you want, and you'd hire them. So what you're in a lose situation here. And we haven't even scrolled down the page to let y'all know, but the headline alone should let you know this is dumb.
Yes.
But Heero's gonna read some of this for y'all.
The part that you guys, I want you to focus on here is it's our policy to the extent possible not to employ anyone who has taken experimental COVID injections until further information is known, Center wrote in email to parents. I want you to hear this and hear me out. I will defend the right that this private entity has the right to disclose how they want to run their company. Sure. But if you're discriminating against somebody based on their health, I'm pretty sure there's a case that can be, I don't know if this has ever been made a case. And this is how asinine it is. In the history of time, so many things have already happened. Excuse me. We have experiments for everything. Like we have a scenario for everything. But if you ever told me that there would be a scenario where, hey, we have to see this go up to the Supreme Court. Why? Someone was discriminated against based on their health. Oh, what disability or what health issues do they have that they were discriminated against? Well, no. Excuse me.
Salud.
Thank you. It's because they got vaccinated, so they discriminated against them for that. And I don't know if my brain cells could handle that. But the thing that is infuriating about this is that they're using misinformation to govern themselves. Experimental? Not enough information? COVID-19 has been here since the 1800s. mRNA.
Go look it up on WebMD. You can go type it in.
mRNA viral vector testing has been a thing since we figured out how to read DNA. Since 1854? Someone quote me on that one. But the thing that's most outrageous about this is that the person who's sending this, the people involved in this, the people at the top of the shelf, they're vaccinated. They're 110% vaccinated. Their families are vaccinated. But to keep up the big lie, to keep up political presence, to keep up evil rhetoric, they will hurt your family to prove a point that they don't even care about. Let that resonate with you. Because all the people that ever said Trump said it was a lie, the China virus will never hurt me, those were the things they were saying with their last breaths. Not, I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't take heedance to this warning. Forgive me for bringing this strife on my family friends. And you want to know the thing that really hurt me? The thing that hurt me the most, Eric, was when I took this person off the vent, their family had the balls to say we didn't do enough to save them. I don't know where you want to go with this, but Eric, if you don't got anything else to throw in this, man, where the hell can they find us?
Man, before I send it to that, I just want to let y'all know that Heero and I take this very seriously. This is not a joke for us. We do not play games about this. When I said death is not something that the majority of human beings have to experience, but this is a very integral part of what we do. Someone has to die so that someone else can live in the business that Heero and I are in. And so we experience this on a daily basis, and we're not numb to it. It's more real to us when somebody doesn't have their life. And when you have people who can just get on TV and reach tens of millions of people and say absolute foolishness, it puts Heero and I in a headspace. We get very defensive. We get very upset because, again, almost 600, probably over 600. Me and Heero stopped watching the counter.
It became depressing. 700
we got to 580,000 and stopped counting. I'm just saying, doesn't matter the age group, doesn't matter, the lives didn't have to be lost. They didn't have to be lost. So you can feel however you want. We're not telling you can't. You can think whatever you want to. You don't need my permission or Heero's. You guys know that. But the reason why we're in this problem is because of selfishness. And that's from the top all the way down. Leadership was selfish. Us as a society are being selfish. And this is why we find so many ills. If people stopped and just cared enough about the other person to do enough to make the other person comfortable, no matter what that is. If this person's comfortable with you not wearing a mask and you guys are in a closed off area and it's y'all, or you're in close proximity and it's y'all, great. But if it's somebody else who wants you to put on a mask, do it. We got these little stickers that we have at the job. When you come in, it's at every entrance. When you come in, if you require people to wear a mask, we have a sticker. You put it on. And you know why we have that? It's because one of our mantras at the office is to be selfless. Because this person would feel more comfortable if I put on a mask, I put on the mask. It's about the humanity of it. It's about caring enough about somebody else instead of focusing on what you want all the time. Yeah. I've said again, I'm saying it at the end. I do not like the chin diaper on my face, but I got people who put on the sticker, and so I put on the mask because I respect them and love them enough to do that for them because they're a human being. So that's all we got to say about this segment. You can find us right here on Twitch, live streaming. You can also find us over on YouTube. Make sure on both platforms you hit the subscribe, you hit the heart, hit the notification bell, turn it to all. Make sure you get notified when we're going live and when we post up new videos. We drop 2 to 3 new videos a day. Make sure that you hit that link tree. We're always on the social now, man. Yeah, Heero got a low-key fan club over on TikTok. So, ladies and gents, if y'all want to join Heero's fan club, y'all can go on over to the TikTok. They don't even love me no more. They ain't even watch my videos no more. They just be wanting to see Heero. So
it's SEO sport, baby.
I might have to redeem myself or something. I might have to go over and show my TikTok some love, man. But anyway, make sure y'all go over to the IG. We be on IG too, man. We repost a lot of the clips to Instagram. So yeah, make sure you do that. And then we got the Endurance 24 Challenge. Hey, today is Tuesday night. This is the 27th of April. Friday evening, we are live. Endurance 24 Challenge. 24 miles, 24 hours. Altenberg and Russo from TF North High School will be running all night. We will be following them. We will be talking with them. We will be tracking the race, the journey, the feelings, the highs, the lows, the fatigue, the finish. We got it all on camera. And we will be hosting a talent show for TF North's very own. We are raising $20K for the kids, vocational school, and for entrepreneurship, and most importantly, for some of them college. So, Heero.
Slow it down and we can catch the vibe. But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down and we can catch the vibes.